What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are back with another nice Saturday NBA slate. Hopefully, we can make up for the couple of bad free picks we had yesterday. So, obviously, yesterday's free picks did end up chalking. We had Brunson, who shot 2 for 50 and obviously chalked his points line. He just shot bad. It is what it is. If he would have shot better, they got blown out by the Pistons, beat by 38 points. If Brunson shoots well, the game stays more competitive. He gets more shot attempts. He cashes easy. He just could not hit. He could not make a bucket. But Siakam ended up hooking our other play, 19 points on the dot. We needed 20. That was just unlucky. So Brunson, bad game. Siakam, very unlucky for us. But overall, guys, we have to talk about how this month's going so far. So this month, yesterday, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, I did not play any money lines on NBA. I decided to fade the money lines. I could not find an edge on the slate, and sometimes you just have to do that. Yesterday's games were so coin flip, and I did not want to end up losing money whenever this month's already been kind of rough, and All-Star break's around the corner. So All-Star break is this time right here is where the NBA is the hardest to bet on. So we do have to keep that in mind. Play a little bit lighter than you normally would. Obviously, this month has been red so far, slightly red. It's very close. We're down about half a unit right now in terms of where the money lines are, but we also have to take a look at the other months. So you guys, if you're new to the channel, last month, $8,700 profit. The month before, and go to December, $6,178 profit. So we've been dominating overall on these money lines. We have to continue to just manage our bankroll correctly, and we'll continue to win most likely. Now, if we have a bad month, it is what it is. We can come over here and we can see where we're at. We're up $13,000 in the last 2 months on money lines only, 62% hit rate. Now, I had a guy ask yesterday. He said, "So what's the difference in them? Like you say your total profit, but can you tell us in units?" So my unit size is $250. You're gonna see $250 in every single bet for the most part. There's gonna be some days where I had like a nuke here for the Patriots money line on that game. I played 5 units on that. Most of the time, you're gonna see it up to from down to a quarter unit some games, up all the way up to 2 units is majority of the time what you're going to see me play. Majority of the time, you're going to see me play just 1 unit every single slip. So I'm up 50-something units. 50 units will be $12,500. We're up a little over 50 units so far since the beginning of December on money lines only, and this is on my NBA bets. So some college basketball mixed in there, mostly just NBA. But anyways, just wanted to show that. Want to give you guys an example, like just because we're having a bad month so far, I got a comment the other day that said, "We don't care about yesterday, just tell us about today." That's not how sports betting works, and that's not how any type of business works when you're taking risks like this. Because if you have a day yesterday where I profit $1,000 and then today I lose $700, I'm still net positive $300. So you have to understand that. So yesterday matters more, just as much as today. How we did the day before definitely matters. So it's the total accumulation of, you can look at it at a monthly basis, a weekly basis, a yearly basis, whatever. So we've been doing good. Same thing for player props. This is January's player props, $3,100. I'm just not including the money lines in the last couple of days. We had 1 green day and 1 red day, so it was about right around $3,000. So been doing well lately. If you guys do want to get all the plays, you know where to go. WAP links down in the description. $10 a week, $25 a month. You get every single play. Code NBA gets you 20% off. I'm not trying to plug myself. I'm just trying to show where we've been. So I am going to pick a winner from yesterday's video to win a free month of VIP. So if this video gets 250 likes, you know how it goes. 250 likes, I pick a random comment down below to win a free month. So drop a like. Leave a comment. You do have to be a subscriber to win, so make sure you guys are subbed, and let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner is going to be for Zuri Props, who said, "I need the VIP. Let's win some cash." So Zuri Pops, send me a message on Discord. You just got that VIP, my man. I appreciate the love and support from every single one of you. And like I said, just send me a message on Discord, and I will get you added. Now, I know I'm kind of going through this a little bit fast, kind of rambling a little bit, but I just wanted to show this bet tracker and keep an eye out today for a bankroll management video. Unless I hire an editor will be recorded today here shortly. Unless I need an editor to edit some things, then it should be posted today. So keep an eye out for that. If it's not posted today, expect it tomorrow or Monday, depending on, like I said, if I need an editor or need some help with a thumbnail or something like that. But regardless, I will have this entire spreadsheet right here for you guys to download yourself, and you guys can use it yourself to track your own bets. What I recommend doing is I recommend you watch the video, create your unit size, Start your unit size, and I want 1 unit on every single bet unless specified. If you're telling me another capper, whatever. If you're telling another capper, I'm assuming they're going to tell you how many units to play on it. If they're not, then you should probably follow somebody else. If they're just playing random amounts of money on random slips, then they probably don't know what they're doing. So regardless, that will be there. Be on the lookout for it, and hopefully it does help some of you guys out. But let's go ahead and talk about these games, and let's go ahead and lock in some of these plays. So the first game on the slate that we have is going to be the Nets taking on the Wizards. Now this game is in Brooklyn. Nets are playing at home. They are favored at -163. There's a 4.5 point spread and a 219.5 total. Most of the money right now is on the Wizards, and the Wizards have been playing good basketball. Now, today's slate is still tough because there's so many questionable players. You cannot lock in money lines, and you cannot lock in some of these players until you know who is sitting and who is not, because these books, if they are predicting someone to sit, and some of them have insider information, some of them probably don't, but some of them probably do. You know they do, and they're setting these lines up accordingly. So, for example, if Keontae George is ruled out, and they know Keontae George is not going to play, you're going to see Champagne, Sarr, Calibli, Karen. You're going to see all these other lines higher than they normally would be because Keyshawn George, not Keontae George, Keyshawn George, my bad. But you're going to see Keyshawn George, if he's out, then obviously the rest of their lines are going to be higher because they're expecting a player to sit. And that goes for it's a lot more of an issue when more than one player is out. So you can see all of these players questionable and out on the Wizards side of things. So you have to pay attention to that. You have to wait. This team, whenever they get all their players, can have a decent team. Anthony Davis is out for the season. AD is good. Trae Young is good. That's 2 really good pickups for this team, and I do think this team will be pretty decent next year. So let's keep an eye out for that. Wait for injury news. Brooklyn has nobody injured. Obviously, Cam Thomas is now a free agent, so they're not dealing with that. But anyways, I do like Michael Porter Jr. in here on the net side of things. I know Porter has sold us, I think, twice in a row now, but it's Porter Jr., man. I mean, he's going to put up the shot volume. If the game stays close against the Wizards, he's going to catch us out. So you're going to see me play him for sure. But regardless, in terms of picking a winner on this, I can't make a choice until players are ruled in or out. Right now, I'd take the Nets. If it was based off of the injuries news that I have, you got a fully healthy Nets team versus the Wizards team that could be missing half their team. Give me the Nets. But that's for now, and it can definitely change. Next game on the slate, we have a good one. We have OKC taking on the Rockets. Now, Houston's been beat twice at home. This team is way better at home than they are on the road. We're about to find out real quick. But OKC, -117 favorites at home, 2.5 point spread, 211.5 total. Most of the money right now is on the Rockets, and people are going to be like, why are the money on the Rockets? Well, you have to take a look at who's missing from this game. On Houston, Steven Adams is out for the season. Jashawn Tate is out, and then Fred VanVleet is also out. OKC, they are missing SGA, so their star player is gone. MVP is not playing tonight. AJ Mitchell is out. Sorber out for season. Topic is out, and then Jalen Williams is also out. So you're going to have to look at who's probably going to step up for our man SGA. For me, it's probably Holmgren. I'm expecting Holmgren to drop more shots than he normally would. I'm thinking he's going to catch his points line. I'm liking Holmgren tonight. So we're going to look at our man's chat tonight. I like his rebounds as well. There's some different plays you can get there, but he's mainly the key guy that I'm looking at from OKC. On the Houston side of things, they're pretty sporadic. I don't really like betting on Houston players very often. Not much of an edge there in terms of winning this game. I think the Rockets win. Rockets for plus money. I think they bounce back from the 2 losses in a row now. They have not been shooting very well. 93 and 99 points in 2 games. Look at the rest of their games. How many games do they score less than 100 points? Not very many are they scoring less than 100. When they get beat, some of these games, yeah, it's because they're shooting so bad. And I understand the Celtics, decent defense. Charlotte, maybe they've been playing better. Maybe the defense is pretty good. Regardless, I just don't think that most teams are going to keep if the Rockets are playing well, are not going to keep them from scoring 100 points. So I do think Houston wins this game for plus money. I'm probably going to be locking them in for half a unit. It's probably going to be a half a unit play. I told you guys, play lighter than you normally would until All-Star break is over and these teams start making the runs for the playoffs, because right now a lot of players are just getting messed up minutes. They're sitting, they're resting for the All-Star break. Players just not playing trades. Like, this is very hard to get a read. So right now I'm taking the Rockets. Plus 120, like the odds here. That is on Hard Rock, where you're going to get the best value if you want to play that. Next game on the slate, Spurs versus Mavericks. This one's going to be in San Antonio. The Spurs are -300 favorites at home, a 9.5 spread, and a 230.5 total, with most of the money on Spurs money line, but most of the money on Dallas covering that 9.5 spread. Taking a look at these two teams, Dallas has lost 6 straight games. A lot of these have been at home, or some of these have been at home. I think one game. Well, yeah, no, all of them at home except for one in Houston. So they've been getting crushed. Spurs, obviously, 3-game win streak, been playing very good ball, one of the better teams in the league. Now, this Dallas team is missing a lot of players. Bagley, probable. And you have to take a look at non-injury related. You can see here, Bagley recently traded. So some of these trades are going to play. So you have to realize that. So Bagley, obviously, now for Dallas. Kyrie is out. A.J. Johnson, probable. So you got 2 probable players that are non-injury related that are traded. A.J. Johnson here, obviously, recently traded. So he's going to play tonight. Tyrus Jones, same situation. Derek Lively's going to be out. Middleton is doubtful. They just got Middleton. They just picked Middleton up, Brandon Williams is probable as well. So you got some new faces for this Dallas team. How are they going to fit in with this lineup? We will find out a couple of them tonight. On the Spurs side of things, you got a questionable Fox. You got a questionable Luke Cornett. And then you have a questionable Jeremy Sohan. So you have to pay attention to these 2. If these 3 players play, I think the Spurs win. If they sit, then Dallas has a good chance of getting an upside here for plus 400. If you think they're going to sit, plus 400 is not a bad play for Dallas. Now, even if these 3 sit, then Dallas, the odds are going to come way down. You might be able to get like plus 180, something like that. So if you plan on playing Dallas, I'd recommend probably playing them now. But if you plan on playing the Spurs, I'd probably wait for injury news here, because if they're ruled in, the Spurs aren't going to become much more favorites. But if they get ruled out, you can get Spurs at a way better line if you think the Spurs win regardless. So just pay attention to that. Right now, I think the Spurs win, but it's just because Dallas has been playing so bad. But the NBA, anything can happen, guys. We've seen, like we saw the Wizards win the other night and have a huge upset win. So anyways, give me the Spurs. That's if I had to pick as of right now. Next game on the slate, we have Magic taking on the Jazz. The Magic are minus 270 favorites at home. 8.5 spread. 237.5 total. Pretty high scoring total, mainly because the Jazz play no defense. 60% of the money is going to be on Utah, with 61% on Orlando, covering that 8.5 spread. Taking a look at these 2 teams, the Jazz have picked up a couple of wins in their last 15 games, not looking too hot, whereas the Magic have won 3 of their last 5, but they were on a pretty bad spell lately too. The Magic are a better home team. They win 65% of their games at home. Very difficult to beat at home, especially when this team's healthy. When you look at the Jazz, they are potentially missing Keontae George. He's questionable. This is a big player for this team. If Keontae George sits, Lauri Markkanen is the guy to go to now. You cannot play Lauri Markkanen. You can't bet on him right now. I highly recommend you stay away from him. Last games, look at his minutes. 27, 23 minutes. No injuries, and these games are competitive. 122 to 131, 119 to 121. He played 24 minutes in a road game where they were about to beat Atlanta. 23 minutes, and chalked us by 0.5 on points, and then chalked our PRA by a few. So you can't bet on Lauri right now, in my opinion. I would just fade the Jazz if Keontae George sits. It's very difficult. They do have Jaren Jackson Jr. playing tonight. Jaren Jackson Jr. did not play the last game, no. So Jaren Jackson Jr. is getting his start tonight with the Jazz. Maybe he's going to be a big piece of this team. And potentially you could take Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm not sure what his lines are. I actually didn't realize he was playing today till just now. So Jaren Jackson Jr. on this team is going to be a big pickup. Potentially missing Keontae George. Obviously, Harkless is out. Kessler out. Kevin Love questionable as well. On the Orlando side of things, you got a Colin Castleton who is missing, and then Franz Wagner who is also out. So right now, if Keontae George gets ruled in, the Jazz for plus 250 doesn't look too bad to me. But Orlando at home is probably the better team. If Keontae George is missing, then I'd probably just take the Magic here. But that could go either way, really. So if you think the Jazz win, then trust your gut on that. Next game, Hornets versus Hawks. So here we have a good game. We have a team that is on an 8-game win streak, traveling a few hours to get to Atlanta, playing in Atlanta. Atlanta plus 117. Underdogs at home. A 1.5 spread, a 231.5 total. 69% of the money is going to be on the Hornets. 76% of the money is going to be on Atlanta plus 1.5. So I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat as me. Like, the Hornets have won 8 in a row, but are they really that good? Or are they is it just one of those stretches where they're playing good ball and it goes downhill soon? So I'm a Hornets fan. The people who've known me for a while know that I rock with the Hornets. I have bet against the Hornets 3 games in a row, and the Hornets have taken my money 3 games in a row. I am going to trust the Hornets today. I'm going to trust them to want to keep this win streak bad enough and potentially making the playoffs this year, that they are going to come to Atlanta and beat a team that's missing a lot of players. So obviously Atlanta, they just picked up Buddy Hield. They just picked up Gabe Vincent. They traded Porzingis. They're no longer Porzingis. Buddy Hield and Gabe Vincent are questionable. They may play, they may not. I don't know. Kuminga they also have, who is out, and then they have Okongwu, who is questionable as well. So this team missing a lot of players. No Trae Young, traded Porzingis. The players they got may not play, may play. So they don't have a lot going on. Expect Jalen Johnson to pick it up. Expect him to have a good game. But other than that, there's not much on this Atlanta team that I trust too much. Now, Charlotte missing Malachi Branham. I'm not even going to try to say his name. Salon, illness, questionable. Kobe White is out. Obviously, they picked up Kobe White. So, Charlotte, decent team, playing well. Give me Charlotte for minus 114. You got even odds on this. I'm not huge on this game. Atlanta can definitely win. And if you think Atlanta wins for plus money, the Hornets are going to get stopped soon. It's going to happen. As a Hornets fan, I can say that comfortably that it's going to happen. But I'm going to rock with them. I'm going to go with the win streak. I'm going to keep playing them until it gets to a spot to where I think they can't win. They can definitely beat the Hawks. The Hawks are not a far superior team. They're playing better basketball right now than any other team in the league. So give me the Hornets, man. Even odds. I'm just going to roll with them on the road versus the Hawks. Next game, Nuggets versus Bulls. The Bulls are plus 203 underdogs at home, 5.5 spread, 232.5 total. Most of the money right now going to be coming in on the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets have a lot of players questionable. Christian Brown is probable, actually. Tamar Bates is out. Aaron Gordon is out. Cam Johnson questionable. Nikola Jokic is questionable. Spencer Jones out. Peyton Watson out. Looking at Chicago, missing Zach Collins, missing Josh Giddey, missing Trey Jones, and potentially missing Jalen Smith. Now, this team traded a lot of their players. They're missing Kobe White now. They don't have Vucevic. They have Anthony Simons. This Bulls team, you're not going to see me take the Bulls. I don't care if Jokic sits or not or Brown sits. You're not going to see me take the Bulls here. They're plus 200. They're at home. They can definitely win. I'm not saying the Bulls have no chance. I just don't. This team, man, they got Jaden Ivey as well, so that's a good pickup for them. They got some new players. We're going to see how this Bulls team takes off tonight. Maybe the Bulls come out here and have a better lineup. Obviously, defensively, this team has struggled all season. They just lost, or they just traded away the worst defensive center in the league. So maybe, just maybe, not having Vucevic is what the Bulls team needed. Now, they don't have Josh Giddey tonight, which is one of the main reasons that I don't want to play the Bulls. Giddey's one of their star players, and Giddey being gone is tough. But we're going to see how this team plays tonight with the new players. We'll see what happens. Give me the Nuggets, though, especially if Jokic plays. But I do think the Nuggets can win this game. If Jokic gets ruled out, you're going to get better value for the Nuggets. If he gets ruled in, then it shouldn't change too much. You might go down to minus 220 or something. But give me the Nuggets regardless. I'm probably going to be playing them. Few more games to go over. We had the Lakers taking on the Warriors, so this is going to be a good game. We got the Lakers minus 132 at home, set 2.5 spread and a 221.5 total. Right now, most of the money is going to be on the Lakers money line, 63%, with around a 50-50 split in terms of where the spread is. When you look at these two teams, Golden State coming off a win versus Phoenix. This was on the road in Phoenix. A nice pickup win for them when they're missing Steph Curry, they're missing Seth Curry, missing Butler, missing Cryer. Brandon Podds is probable, and they got Porzingis, who is out. So Porzingis obviously dealing with injuries too. On the Lakers side of things, Luka Doncic is out. They did pick up Luke Kennard. We don't know if Luke Kennard is going to play tonight. If Luke Kennard plays, that's going to be another look we have to look at. We got another guy who can score. And then other than that, man, Reeves is back. Now, Reeves played 20 minutes and then 25 minutes in his last two games. So you got to look at when he came back from this injury. He played the third, and then the fifth. 21 minutes, 25.1 minutes. I'm expecting somewhere around the 25 to 28 minute mark for our man Reeves, as long as he's feeling okay. So looking at Reeves, he averages 26 points per game on the season. So remember that. When Doncic sits, Reeves obviously is the go-to guy. I'm talking 50 points. This is points. This is not PRA, by the way. This is just the points line. 50 points, 40 points, 40 points, 36 points. This game, he played 21 minutes and still had 17 points. So look at his field goal attempts. Dude's putting 20 shots per game when there's no Luka Doncic. So I'm expecting Reeves to step it up here. I do think the Lakers win this game. I don't think Golden State's going to beat them. So I'm going with LA tonight, especially for pretty close to even odds. So give me the Lakers. Give me AR for a good game tonight. And if Luke Kennard sits, AR just becomes an even better pick in my opinion. Next game, Suns versus Sixers. The Suns, man, the team that they've cashed me a few times and they've chalked me a few times. I'm about a 50-50 in terms of picking the Suns right this season. Now, the Suns are minus 104 favorites at home, so right at even odds. A 1.5 spread on this game, a 222.5 total. 58% of the money on the Sixers, 53% of the money on the Sixers covering the spread, so almost an even split. Now, Sixers coming off of a loss versus the Lakers. Embiid sat that game. Embiid is questionable this game. They are missing Paul George for suspension. Paul George will not be playing for a while. He's got like 23 more games to go. So Paul George going to be sitting for a while. Phoenix. Grayson Allen is out. Devin Booker questionable, not doubtful this time, so they might have Booker, who will most likely be limited. They got Jalen Green, who is questionable, and then you got Isaiah Livers, who is out. So looking at this team, if Jalen Green and Booker play and Embiid sits, you're definitely going to see me play Phoenix. If it's the opposite, if Booker and Green sit and Embiid plays, I'm running Philly. So that totally now, if everybody plays, I don't know what I'm going to do. If both these players play and Embiid plays, I'm at a loss. I don't really know where to go on this game. Head-to-head on this game, Phoenix has won 3 straight versus Philly. One game this season, it was 116-110. Now, if you look at it at home, none of these games were at home except for that one game that was the first one of the last 3. So even on the road, the Suns have had the Sixers number. So maybe I run with the Sixers. We're going to see, or maybe I run with Phoenix. Maybe the Sixers get revenge. This game's coin flip. It's tough to call. You got to wait for the injury news. We got till 9 p.m. to make our bet on that one. But if I had to pick based off of a full healthy team, I guess give me Phoenix because they're at home and they've been playing so good. Next game, Trailblazers taking on the Grizzlies in Portland. Minus 300 favorites, 8.5 spread, 237.5 total. Very high scoring game. Most of the money going to be on Portland with 56% of the money on Memphis plus 8.5. Memphis coming off of a loss versus Portland last night, so they're playing a back-to-back game versus Portland. Portland beat them 135-115, and then that's Portland's first win in 7 games. So last night, or not last night, looking at Memphis, Aldama probable, Kyle Anderson questionable, Caldwell Pope is probable, Brandon Clark out, Zach Edey out, Ty Jerome probable, John Morant out. For Portland, Avdia questionable, Chris Murray doubtful, Shaedon Sharpe questionable, the other 2, Thibault and Damian Lillard still out. Looking at Avdia, so taking a look at Avdia, can I click Avdia? Yeah, I can right there. So looking at Avdia, Avdia played on the 30th. This is the last time he played. So if he plays tonight, he's probably going to be limited anyway. Didn't play last night. Portland was able to get the win last night, and I had Portland winning. I didn't play Portland because it was a little bit too juiced. They're like minus 200 last night. They're minus 300 tonight. Another game where they're just so juiced, man. It's so hard to take a team that's this inconsistent when they're minus 300 favorites because it's almost, they're untrustworthy. Now, are they a better team than Memphis overall? In my opinion, they are, but not by much. So I honestly am willing to take Memphis at plus 300. I think plus 300 is just a really good number. Most of the money's on Portland. I mean, most people think Portland wins for a good reason. I think Portland's the better team, like I said. But I think for the odds where it's at, especially if Avdia sits, that Memphis is going to be the way to go in terms of where the odds are. Now, if you were playing like a parlay or something and you were just trying to pick winners, then I'd take Portland. But in terms of if I was putting half a unit on a play, I could put it on Portland to win $40. Or a third of a unit, or a fifth of a unit, whatever, third of a unit, or I can put it on the Grizzlies and profit a full unit off my $40. So you see what I'm saying? And that's just an example. It's not exact numbers, but I'm just throwing out random numbers there. But yes, the Grizzlies is probably the better bet in terms of this matchup, in my personal opinion. Last game on the slate, we got the Kings versus the Clevelands. We got the Kings versus the Cavs, and this is going to be in Sacramento. The Kings are plus 500 favorites. Underdogs is what I meant. 12.5 spread, 234.5 total. You know, I felt like I've been doing so good at not getting like tongue-tied and saying stupid shit until I get to the last game on the slate, and then I just go full moron mode. Anyways, 234.5 total, 58% of the money on the Cavs, 77% of the money on Cleveland minus 12.5. Taking a look at the Kings have just been dominant as of lately, losing about 11 games in a row, whereas the Cavs have completely sucked it up and they've won 13 of the last 15 or something like that. It's not exact numbers. I'm just looking at all the wins and all the losses. So Cavs obviously looking way better. They do have Harden. Harden is questionable today. Harden did not play that last game, did he? Let me confirm. Yeah, Harden did not play the last game, so this could be Harden's first game with Cleveland. We'll see. They got Mobley missing. Max Strus is out. Dean Wade is out. Looking at Sacramento, potentially missing Sabonis, potentially missing DeAndre Hunter, and then Keegan Murray is missing. Now, I just think that the Kings are a better team overall. For the odds, you can't play Cleveland. I mean, you just can't play a minus 500 favorite unless you like putting $200K on it to win win 50 grand or something, and you want to do that to make big money. But if you're putting massive amounts of money on it, I guess sure. I don't even know that I want to bet that much just for that small payout. But regardless, Sacramento are at plus 500. It's the NBA right now. Any team can beat any team. We saw that with the Wizards the other day. So I guess for plus 500, I'd be willing to put some money on Sacramento, especially if Sabonis plays. Sabonis plays, I'll probably sprinkle some on the Kings. But I mean, I think the Cavs win this game overall. But anyways, let's go ahead and lock in some slips, guys. Let's go ahead and get some plays made. So the first pick of the day, Michael Porter Jr. I have to run Porter Jr. one more time. I know you see him every time the Nets play. You see me play Porter Jr. He's always a free pick. I should probably give a different play because you guys can just assume I'm playing Porter Jr. at this point. I'm playing him for 35 PRA. Now, he's only cashed out 3 of his last 10 games. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be risky. He still cashed at 57% on the season. Head-to-head, he had 50 PRA his last game versus Washington. This is his only game versus Washington playing for the Nets. Washington has the worst defense in the league, 29th, 30th, and 29th in terms of points, rebounds, and assists. They give up more stats than about any other team in every single category. Now, you go to the 4 position, around the same thing. You got a very good matchup for our man, Porter. If he puts up the volume, man, he's going to cash. If he doesn't, if it's a blowout or something, he's not going to win. He's not going to cash this. He put up 13 shots his last game. Obviously, he shot 15%. The dude couldn't make a shot to save his life. He had 5 threes in the first quarter or something and missed every single one of them. So he just wasn't playing good basketball. He's just missing his shots. Do I think that he misses his shots versus the Wizards? I hope not. He definitely could. The Wizards don't play very good defense. I'm expecting Porter to win this game, or I'm expecting the Nets to potentially win this game. Give me Michael Porter Jr. for 34.5 PRA. I can't fade him, especially for a regular line, 1.5 or almost regular line, 1.54x. I'm going to play it. So that's going to be first pick of the day. Who am I going to pair Porter Jr. with? I told you guys I liked Holmgren. I think Holmgren for OKC steps it up. Now, you can play Holmgren at 6.5 boards, and you have a 2.1x, or you can play him at 17.5 points and have a 2.2x. Now, this was a 2.34. I should have locked it in earlier and got better value. I'm playing Holmgren for 17.5 points. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to give you my personal opinion on this. So, Holmgren can get boards, for sure. When you look at Holmgren's rebound line at 6.5, and you can play that if you prefer it, I'm probably going to play both. But in terms of the free picks, I like his points a little bit better for the payout. So, you look at Holmgren. He's cashed 8 of his 10 games, 82% on the season. Dude's averaging 8.5 boards. Play the play. I don't think that's a bad line at all. They're missing SGA. Obviously, that leads to more usage for Holmgren. Now, Holmgren can have some games where he drops a lot of points as well. So, you got to look at his points prop. 17.5 is what we're looking at. There's some games in here where he drops 30 points per game. He doesn't put up many shot attempts, 11.7 shot attempts. Some of these games he's getting 15 to 20. Holmgren gets 15 to 20 points or 20 shot attempts. He's cashing 18 points, in my personal opinion. 3.7 threes per game. 4 free throws per game. He can get quite a few free throws. He can get to the line head-to-head. He is averaging 21 points per game versus the Rockets. He's played very well versus the Rockets over, especially this season, 28 and 18 points. There is no SGA, which is going to be the biggest thing. There's not much data to look at without SGA. One game this season, he has 25 points, and that was versus the Jazz. He put up 15 field goal attempts. He shot 80%. You can't expect him to shoot 80%, but that was in 22 minutes. 22 minutes, he put up 25 points. So give me Holmgren for points. With no SGA, that's just, to me, a very reliable play for the nice pay, and it just got bumped down by so much. That just pissed me off to no extent, because it's got bumped down twice, and the only reason I haven't locked it in and posted it in the Discord was for the YouTube video. The only reason. I was like, I got to lock it in live, and I should have just locked it in. I had a 2.34x a minute ago. 17.5 for Holmgren is crazy, man. Why did it go? Did somebody else get ruled? I think they're just trolling me at this point. I think they see it's locked in. They're like, oh, well, we see that Fantasy Ace has his slip. It's about 8 o'clock. That's when he posts his video. So let's go ahead and he's got this in his queue. Let's go ahead and just bump it down. I just lost all of my energy, man. 2.2x. Fuck parlay play right now. Do not play this on parlay play. Don't give them your money on this stupid ass. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. We keep it PG on this channel. That really just made me mad. 2.2x on Prizepicks. No point in playing it on parlay play. Don't even lose the value here. I'm not locking this slip in live because I'm gonna go play it on parlay play or underdog. I'm gonna go play it on a different slip, or I mean on Prizepicks or underdog, because this just pissed me off. Now I will say, I forgot to give you guys the plug. If you want a free month of VIP, you can sign up for parlay play. Parlay play is still my favorite pick'em app. It is, but they do this to me a lot. Whenever I have a player sitting in my queue, or about to lock it in, I'm just sitting here talking about it. It just goes down. It's like my account gets watched, and I know that might be just dumb, but I am a big partner for parlay play, and I do think that sometimes happens. So that just pissed me off. Go play it on a better app. If it comes back up to 2.2x, 2.3x, I'll play it on parlay play. But right now, 1.35x, I'm not playing this. It was just now a 1.48. It was a 1.48x. Look at the difference of value. This one didn't move. It's just a 17.5 line. So you might as well play his boards. Like, you might as well play his boards here. But I'm going to play this line on Prizepicks or on Underdog, depending on where the best value is. I'll check it on Underdog as well. But, yeah, that's going to be slip number one. Oh, it come back up a little bit, 2.11x. Until 2.2x hits, play it on Prizepicks. That's all I'm going to say. Yes, parlay play. That one made me mad if you're watching this video. I know you guys watch these videos sometimes. That one pissed me off. Next slip. It's going to be our man LaMelo. So I'm playing in one of Parlay Play's boosts. This is boosted on Parlay Play, 17.5 points. Let's talk about LaMelo. I know LaMelo has not been a most consistent scorer as of lately. People are not going to want to play this line. I've heard LaMelo banned and all this other stuff. You get a 1.6x for LaMelo at 18 points. LaMelo can drop 18 points any game. Let's look at his minutes. Look at the minutes he's played these last few games. Look where he's playing now. 28 to 30 minutes per game. They're on a massive win streak. The Hornets want to keep this win streak. This game versus Atlanta should be competitive. Now, if you put LaMelo at 28 points or 28 minutes, he has a 76% hit rate this season, averaging 23 points per game, and he's averaging 18.4 field goal attempts, 10 threes per game. The dude's shooting 10 threes per game, and you're scared to take 18 points from him. If he misses every shot and misses 10 threes, if he shoots 10 threes and just happens to go under because he misses his shots, it's still not a bad bet. He's putting up the volume. If the volume is there and the player does not perform, the shots do not fall, it is what it is. When a player puts up 20 shots per game, anything less than 20 points is a prop that you should be willing to take. And that's at a goblin line. If you're looking at a regular payout line, this is very, very good value for LaMelo, regardless with how he's been playing with little minutes. So I'm expecting at least 28 minutes tonight. At 28 minutes, 17.5 points should be a very good prop for him. And if he chalks me, he chalks me. But I will play this pretty much any time if he's getting that kind of minutes. I'm going to pair it with Reeves. I'm going to pair it with AR for 17.5. Gives us a 1.8x. I'm going to lock this in live before it changes, because next thing we know, AR will be a 1.05x and they won't even be able to play it. So let's lock it in while we can. And here we go. LaMelo, 17.5 points. Reeves, 17.5 points. It's a 1.8x, 250. Profits me $202. I locked it in live. You guys saw the other slip. The other slip was Michael Porter Jr., 34.5 PRA. Chet Holmgren, 17.5 points. The best value that I saw was going to be on Prizepicks. We saw it was a 2.2x. And I'll check Parlay Play. Maybe they changed it. Maybe Holmgren come back up. Let's take his points. 1.35x, it did not, so we're not playing it on here. We're just not going to play it. So that being said, let's go ahead and, I guess, end this video. Once again, if you want a free month of VIP, you guys can sign up for any partnered app in the description. You get a free month of VIP for each one you sign up for. I do recommend Parlay Play. It's one of my favorite apps, regardless how much it just pissed me off. It's still one of my favorite apps. But lock them in if you like them, guys. Fade them if you don't. That's what I've got for today. Keep an eye out for that bankroll management video. It will be coming either today, tomorrow, or Monday, depending on if I need an editor or a thumbnail creator. I'm going to maybe try AI for thumbnail. I've never done that before. I've seen a lot of people have a lot of cool stuff happen with it, so I'm going to give it a go. If I can't get a good thumbnail, I'm going to have to pay somebody to make me a good thumbnail. I can make the thumbnail like I use for these videos, but for the bankroll or the special videos, I like to have like a separate thumbnail. So I like to, I'm not the most creative on that, so that really just depends on whether or not I get the video out today. But anyways, hope you guys have a great Saturday. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all in the next video.